Regardless of the model that's followed, a successful design process includes 9 essential steps. First, identify the need. Define the criteria from the customer's need. Explore, research, investigate. Generate alternative solutions. Choose a solution. Create a detailed design. The design is then taken through modeling, development, and production. Also during this phase, design testing and evaluation takes place. And finally, the last step, redesign and improvement. Let's review these steps individually. The initial step is to identify and define the customer's need. This is typically done through face-to-face meetings, evaluating processes, and a lot of listening. Use open-ended questions that make the customer give longer answers than just yes or no. Take extensive notes, or have a second person with you so that after the meeting, when you're debriefing, there's someone else available to help you develop the meeting notes. The identified needs that were obtained from the meeting are translated into the necessary criteria that this design project must accomplish. Frequently, this step is combined with the identification of the problem and the general information gathering stage. Once the need has been outlined, solutions need to be explored, researched, and investigated. The design team begins this stage by brainstorming with one another, which means all possible solutions to the needs should be written down and considered. Don't discount or rule out any possible solutions at this stage. Share your initial ideas with others who are both related and unrelated to the project. The reason you may want to use colleagues who are unrelated to the project is that this will force you to explain your ideas clearly. During the brainstorming and solution development stage, many solutions may be presented. Keep these solutions. Do not discard them, even if they're not chosen as the best solution. There are times when the customer may reject the first solution. Having several alternative solutions available will decrease the turnaround time for a reevaluation of the project's needs. The next step is to choose a solution. This step is not easy. Often you'll need to combine parts of many different possible solutions from the brainstorming stage to develop your final solution. Once you've received the feedback from your colleagues, you need to get the team back to a single page or solution. This is the riskiest part of the process. If the wrong solution is selected, it may cost the customers more in both time and money. Next, create the initial complete detailed design of the solution. This includes looking at manufacturing issues, production costs, and development of prototypes. Doing the analysis and rapid prototype development will ultimately prove the viability of the solution. Our final group of guidelines in the design process is for testing the design. Does it work to meet the needs of the customer for safety and performance? For example, during the structural testing and evaluation of an aircraft, the plane is flown virtually in this testing process. Even cabin pressurization is achieved during these tests. As a plane flies, it is subjected to external and internal stress. These stresses are simulated through structural testing processes. In a short period of time, through structural testing, a plane may have hundreds of flights. The structural tests are accomplished through a series of hydraulic actuators for movement, and sensitive testing equipment is positioned both inside and outside the aircraft.